So, there's this dude Hashimoto, just your average Joe living it up in Ginza, Tokyo. But let me tell ya, life ain't exactly handing him lemons to make lemonade. Nah, it's more like life's chucking whole watermelons at him, and he's trying not to get squashed. One fine morning, our buddy Hashimoto decides to hit up the local laundry joint to clean his duds. Now, picture this. He's loading up the dryer, probably dreaming about cracking open a cold one because, hey, who wouldn't want a brewski while waiting for their socks to dry? But hold up. Things take a bizarre turn. Something goes kerplunk inside the dryer. And what does Hashimoto find? A can of beer. Yeah, you heard me right. A freaking cold one just chilling in there like it's paying rent or something. Now, Hashimoto ain't one to buy into fairy tales, so he's scratching his head, thinking maybe someone's pulling a prank on him. But then, the old cleaner dude drops the bomb that this magical dryer grants wishes. Yeah, apparently, it's the genie of appliances or something. So Hashimoto, being the skeptic he is, shrugs it off, grabs the beer, and starts chugging while his laundry spins. But lo and behold, fate's got more tricks up its sleeve. In walks this cute girl, and Hashimoto's heart probably starts doing the cha-cha because, let's face it, talking to ladies ain't exactly his strong suit. He's so nervous, he practically slides off his seat to make room for her. Little does he know, this chick's been eyeing him like he's the last slice of pizza at a party. But Hashimoto, clueless as ever, tosses his empty can like he's playing trash can basketball. And wouldn't you know it, the can lands with a thud on the floor. When he gets up to retrieve it, Kondo starts to cry. So our hero Hashimoto trying to play Mr. Comforter. He's chatting up this girl, Kondo, who's bawling her eyes out because she struck out on job interviews like 40 times. Now, that's what I call dedication. But ol' Hashi, being the smooth talker he is, tries to cheer her up by dropping the bomb that he's also been on the unemployment train. Way to bond over shared misery. But here's where things get interesting. Hashimoto, in his infinite wisdom, spins it like Kondo's the MVP of interviews. I mean, come on. If interviewing was an Olympic sport, she'd be taking home the gold medal, no doubt about it. And you know what? It actually works. Kondo starts seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and she even tosses a thanks his way for being nice to a random stranger. Talk about a heartwarming moment. So, Hashi wraps up his laundry, bids Kondo adieu, and heads home feeling like he just pulled off a superhero move. But hold your horses, cause the plot thickens. His mom hits him up with some serious news. His old man's landed himself in the hospital, and they need a cool 300 grand to foot the bill. Ouch. Talk about a financial gut punch. Now, most folks would be freaking out, but not our boy Hashimoto. Nah, he's on a mission. He marches right back to that laundry joint, feeling like a bit of a nutcase, and decides to put the old man's wish fulfillment theory to the test. He stands there, staring down the dryer like it owes him big time, and straight up asks for 300 grand. And would you believe it? For a hot second, Hashi thinks he's lost his marbles. But just as he's about to throw in the towel, bam! Money starts raining down from the dryer like it's hitting the jackpot at a casino. Looks like Hashimoto might just have stumbled upon the world's weirdest ATM. Alright, so Hashimoto's living in some kind of bizarre dreamland, right? He's standing there, staring at this wad of cash, like he's won the lottery. Which, let's be real, in a way, he kinda has. I mean, who needs a job when you've got a magic dryer spitting out cash like it's a Vegas slot machine? But hold on to your hats, folks, cause there's a catch. Just as Hashi's about to do a victory dance, he spots yesterday's beer can doing a vanishing act. And who's there to rain on his parade? None other than the old geezer, dropping knowledge bombs like it's nobody's business. Turns out, the stuff you snag from the dryer has a shelf life shorter than a carton of milk in a frat house fridge. Talk about a buzzkill. So, our boy Hashimoto's gotta think fast. He bumps into Kondo again, who's practically glowing cause she scored a second interview gig. Meanwhile, Hashi's juggling calls from his mom about his sick pops. Now, armed with his newfound cash stash, Hashimoto's feeling like he's got the world by the tail. So what does he do? He swings by the laundry joint for round 2, this time with a different game plan. He's done with job hunting. It's time to live it up. So he wishes for a slick suit to strut his stuff in interviews, thinking he's about to charm his way into CEO status. But here's the kicker. Turns out, the suit's as worthless as a chocolate teapot. Hashi gets zilch in the job department, and the suit pulls a disappearing act faster than a magician's rabbit. Talk about a double whammy. So, what's a guy to do when life hands him lemons and his magic wishes turn out to be duds? Well, if you're Hashimoto, you wish for something a bit more personal. Let's just say, the next morning, he's hoping for a confidence boost and a side of eye candy. Hey, can't blame a guy for aiming high, right? Alright, buckle up, cause Hashimoto's adventures just took a turn for the weird and wacky. So, picture this. He's chatting it up with the old man, who's dishing out advice like a fortune cookie. Next thing you know, Hashi's got himself a date straight out of the dryer. Yeah, you heard me right. A literal dream girl, ready to sweep him off his feet. But hold on to your socks cause things take a nosedive faster than a squirrel on a water slide. Hashimoto, bless his heart, decides to lay on the charm like a thick layer of peanut butter on a PB&J sandwich. But this girl ain't having it. Nope, she gives him the old slap-a-roo for being too forward on their first date. Talk about a reality check. But fear not, folks, cause Hashi's not one to give up that easily. So, he dusts himself off, makes a mental note to keep the smooth moves in check, and heads back to the magic dryer for round 2. This time, he's aiming for a sweetheart who's not afraid to show him some love. And wouldn't you know it, lightning strikes twice. Out pops this sweet, loving gal who's all about that hashtag relationship goals, life. Hashimoto's feeling like $1,000,000, so what does he do? He whisks her off on a shopping spree, courtesy of his bottomless cash stash. But here's where things get really bizarre. Turns out these dryer-made humans are clueless about their origins, thinking they're just regular old folks. So Hashimoto's got himself a girlfriend who's none the wiser about her true nature. Fast forward to the end of the day, and Hashi's still playing it safe, opting for a good old-fashioned heart-to-heart instead of any hanky-panky. But just as he's about to seal the deal with a smooch, poof, she disappears faster than a magician's bunny. All that's left is the clothes and bling he bought her. Guess you can say love's a fickle thing, huh? Alright, so Hashimoto's living the dream, or at least his version of it. He's got this whole revolving door of girlfriends thing going on, courtesy of his magical laundry hookup. And let me tell you, this guy's taking full advantage of it. I'm talking fancy dates, bling that'd make a rapper blush, the whole shebang. Now, you'd think Hashi'd be bummed when each girlfriend pulls a vanishing act faster than Houdini. But nah, not our boy. He's living by the motto, plenty of fish in the laundry machine, or something like that. So, he's swiping right on a new girlfriend every morning like it's his job. But hold on to your hats, cause here comes the drama train. Our girl Kondo catches wind of Hashimoto's little carousel of love, and she ain't exactly thrilled. I mean, who would be when your crush is basically dating a new girl every day? So, Kondo, being the detective she is, tails Hashi and his latest squeeze to a jewelry store. And wouldn't you know it, he's dropping stacks on a ring like he's trying to single-handedly keep the jewelry industry afloat. When Hashimoto goes back to the laundry place that night, he meets Kondo. She asks him about the money, and he says he won it in a lottery. But Kondo doesn't believe him. But Hashimoto, smooth talker that he is, brushes off Kondo's suspicions like they're crumbs on his shirt. He's too busy chasing that next bundle of cash to care about what anyone else thinks. So, he's off on another date, this time to a swanky restaurant with a view. He's pouring his heart out, giving this girl the whole I love you spiel. And what does she do? Disappears into thin air, leaving behind nothing but the ring he bought her. So, Hashimoto's just doing his usual thing, rocking that ring he's been carrying around like it's his lucky charm. But hey, a guy's gotta mix things up once in a while, right? So, he decides to switch gears and ask the magic dryer for a little more spice in his life. Cue the seductive lady friend. Well, wouldn't you know it, out pops this bombshell babe, making Hashi sweat more than a turkey on Thanksgiving. But before he can even muster up the courage to say, hello, who should come barging in but Kondo, the neighborhood nosy Nancy, ready to snoop on his romantic rendezvous. Now, while Hashimoto's dodging calls from mom about dad's surgery, Kondo's busy interrogating the new girl like she's the star witness in a courtroom drama. Spoiler alert, things get heated real quick. But here's where things really go off the rails. The new girl's laughing in Kondo's face. Hashi's trying to keep the peace, and Kondo's just about ready to throw down and snatch those rings like she's in a WWE SmackDown. I'm talking drama with a capital D, folks. Meanwhile, Hashi finally gets the lowdown from mom about dad's health crisis. But is he rushing to the rescue? Nah, he's too busy playing Casanova to even give it a second thought. But just when you think this soap opera couldn't get any crazier, the old man from the laundry joint drops a bombshell. Turns out, whoever pops out of the dryer disappears faster than a candy bar in a room full of kids. Hashimoto laughs and says he knew that already. Inside, the girls keep wrestling for the rings. Eventually, the new girl leaves, thinking Hashimoto was cheating on her. He goes back to find Kondo crying, wishing he could be the same guy she met before. Suddenly, Hashimoto is sucked into the dryer. His clothes change to what he wore when he first met Kondo. He realizes the dryer granted Kondo's wish. Now, he only has a day to live. The TV reports thousands of yen missing from a jewelry shop. At the end of the movie, Hashimoto collapses while Kondo watches, confused.